Hello, my fellow flesh suits, how are you? Today we'll be conducting science and other fun activities, as well as showing off some contraptions that I have recently made in People Playground. Anyway, let us begin. We have here what I like to call the spike mine. It's pretty obvious to see, but it's highly effective. We will put 2 willing participants on the left and the right side of this. Simply, the core will heat up to a very, very hot temperature, and then activate, setting the spike traps to go off. And when they do, you have about 100 pieces of shrapnel flying through the sky, killing anything and everything around it. And then, of course, you have an internal explosion, which does that, to dispose of any evidence of that there was a landmine. Now, simply one of these little boys right here could effectively take out, for example, a small country. You have here a bunch of willing participants, staring, observing their soon-to-be fate. You have a homunculus right here who's about to step into landmine's radius to activate it. He's a fool. Simply wait for the detonation period, and you will have plenty of hot shrapnel to go around for everybody. Observe. Here we are. There goes all the hot shrapnel, flying everywhere. Very, very hot shrapnel, in fact. Should cover everybody. Look at that, isn't that just beautiful? And just like that, at least everybody was affected. This guy's not having a good day. Let me fix that for you, but oh, you're really not having a good day, aren't you? You poor guy. I have just the experiment for you, actually. Have you ever wanted to travel at a very fast distance, but could never do it successfully? Luckily, I invented something. Let me just get this other willing participant off this chair. Here, you're up next, buddy. So, basically, you have a volunteer. You sit on this chair, okay? And all you do is you just strap him in with a loose rope from Costco. Then you activate the fuse, and simply observe. You fly at a very fast rate, traveling at very high speeds, but there's a downside that you can't stop. So you kind of die, but he's the fastest, probably broke the land speed record, like, fast. Like, look at that. He's crispy now. Have you ever thought to yourself, man, I can't fit a human inside this? Useless. Microwaves are just not useful. Look at this. You can't fit a human in there. It's just not going to work. Luckily, I invented something to fix this problem. Observe the human microwave. Simply place a few willing test subjects inside here, and then press the following key. The microwave will turn on and make the classic humming sound. Once the microwave is complete, it will automatically shut off if you've cooked food, with adjustable timers up here, of course, for needs. It makes the iconic, humming sound. How nice! And whenever your food is finally cooked and ready, all you simply do is press the key again, and boom, it's done. It'll begin to cool down and perfectly done, I guess you can say. Now, have you ever wondered, like, man, I have this bulletproof armor, but I still get fucking look at this. So he's bulletproof. For the most part, okay? So, the problem being with bulletproof armor is you can still be run over by a car. If you notice the issue here at present, here he is, he just took a bunch of bullets, but he's gone. The car killed him. Now, what if you had somebody who is bulletproof, but also doesn't get stopped by cars? I have a solution. I call it the Death Ball. Now, it's an early model. Currently, there is no way to stop when you start, but the person's survival rate is around a 20% chance, currently higher than being run over by a car. Simply, you press this turn this thruster on, and guess what? You spin. You spin very fast. Very fast, in fact, and not very far before it breaks apart, but you can get pretty far. Oh! Look at that. We got a lucky man. Oh, there's the... We made a glorified rocking chair. No matter what you shoot at him. No matter what. You can't get to him. Can't get to him. A car? Let's hit him with a car. Let's hit him with this Hummer here. Let's see. Can this car even affect them? Can't be run over. Can't be shot. Nah. Nah. Does nothing. Does nothing. In fact, it goes over the car. Look at him go. Look at him go. He is well protected in a nice, very cold area. He's fine. Simply just shut the thrusters off. It does work. Sometimes it doesn't work, shockingly. But look, perfectly fine. No damage done to him, and he can easily be extracted with minimal damage. He does get a little crispy at times, but he's fine. See? Completely fine. No damage done. Oh, that's fine. And on top of that, he's even still bulletproof. Oh, I forgot the glass budget was a little low on that one. Next one. Do you remember the spike mine from earlier and how effective it was? What if you had the same thing, but you could launch it at your enemies? That's what I invented here. Basically, you have a very simple structure that is mobile. You can pick up a whole ton. Pretty simple. Now, its effective range is from 1 foot to about 500 feet. Don't ask why. So we have a simple man right here and a few other guys sprinkled out here. Like I said, 1 foot to 500 feet. When you activate it, you might not want to stay close to it. It'll begin by heating up the rockets and then launching them. Pretty far. Oh, that was a lot farther than I thought. See, I think the problem was, it wasn't the fact that I didn't design this right. I always design things right. I think it was the fact that I didn't have enough. So we'll fix that. So we'll go about 500 feet out, because that's the average effective radius. And then we'll just launch them. And perfect. And you just let them go. Let it cook. And then they launch. Ah, not very many effective launches there, huh? That's a problem. That's a problem for someone else. And then they blow up midair. Oh wow, that was pretty laggy. Oh no. Well, this is actually no. This is a good thing actually. This is an intended feature of the spike mine, including the spike launcher. Now you have very hot shrapnel that's also electrified, flying in every direction possible. Here you can see already in effect here. Look at that, already hurt. Burned right through him. Burned right through them all. Except that unlucky bastard, he almost made it out. Simple, effective, and overall good. Hey, you reuse them. Yeah, look at that. Do you know how hard it is to mash potatoes? Well, that's what we invented here. I call it the Mash Boy 9000. It's a quite simple device. For some reason, it creates a lot of friction, so it gets hot afterwards. But you basically put in a bunch of homunculuses in here, and you just activate the switch. And then you let it turn overnight. Basically, it's a rock tumbler, but it sets them on fire, and it does this to it. You could let this go for an hour. Truly, you know, just a straight hour. Then it'll be perfect. And once you're done with the finished product, you can simply just put them out. Usually they don't set fire, but I used it recently, so that's why it's all crispy in there. Where is the darn fire extinguisher at? Oh, there it is. There you are, everybody. Now, we have another thing I like to do here. Now, tasers are pretty effective. They usually knock people out and they shock you. And look at that. He's doing great. So now you have simply, you get a human, you get a taser, you shoot at them. You just leave the prong in them. Then you get another taser, and you do the same thing over and over and over and over and over and over. Now you should have something that looks like this. You're just going to click and drag, enable, select activate, all. And you're just going to unpause. Now that is a very effective taser. Now, similar to the human toaster or the other devices that I have showed today, we have something called the air crusher. It does the same thing, but it's more humane, more environment friendly, and that's what we're all about here. The environment is a very good thing to protect. And here we have something to fix that problem. It uses what we breathe, air, to euthanize. Perfect. Amazing. And you can keep doing it. Eventually it clears itself out by itself, and you can just kind of keep chucking them in there, as many as you need. Eventually it makes room. You can just keep doing it actually until it's a little full there, but it's fine. You can just make room. Hang on. There we are. Perfect. Well, really, there is no limit to it, unlike the microwave. Zero limitations. You can just keep going. See, that's why the air crusher is much better, more efficient, stronger, just overall better at everything it does. Look at that, look at that. It's just flawlessly eradicating them. You could do this for days. Oh, sometimes you get clogged, but that's why you just keep adding in people, and eventually it gets the job done. There is no clog when it comes to the air crusher, only success. Look at that. Look at that. Alright, now that is what I call a successful... No, not entirely successful. There we go. Successful. That is what I call a successful design. I invented something that's probably too good at its job, called the pain factory. We'll start at the beginning. Here you have a room full of flamethrowers that will obviously set them on fire. You have an optional extinguisher room to extinguish. Then you have a machine gun room, of course. Very nice add-on. Then you have, for example, the masher room. This here is a collection of knives, shocking, and mashing. Very nice. Then you have the collection pit. Also very nice. We will do this. So here we have a very willing test subject. He's gonna slide on in here. Here we go. He gets set on fire. And you have the option to extinguish him, which it usually does. Perfect. And then they get machine gunned. And then it's off to the masher. Which, when there's only one in here, the masher actually doesn't work. Because it's meant for a high capacity amount of test subjects. So the masher doesn't really work. It's a shame, really. So we will try it for a higher capacity amount of subjects. Suspects. Anyway. This also does work, but I'm going to disable this for now. Now luckily this building right here actually has no capacity limit. They can fit as many people in here as you want, and have no problem holding all of them. Oh, we have a little connection going on there. Let's do that again. Oh, there we are. Yeah, I got it easy. Alright, so we have a very nice collection of people here. As you see, the masher is doing its job quite well. Like collecting and mashing. Making sure to squish and shock everything there is. Oh yeah, good man. He's got stuck in the masher. Oh, he's fine. The machine guns are making sure they don't have any holes left in them. And it just goes through, continuing to mash and squish, and eventually going into the collection tray for later usage or disposal. It's a truly amazing thing, honestly. If it wasn't at 8 FPS right now, I think it would be amazing, but it still is quite amazing, I would say. We'll shut the masher off here. Let everybody get through. Let me unstick him real quick. He has a limb. Yeah, a little traffic jam going on. Beautiful. Oh, we got a stuck limb there too. Oh, that's somebody stuck under the conveyor. There's another limb. So again, it's very high quality, very good. It has no capacity limit. Yeah, and they all get collected here for, again, later usage. Truly beautiful. Hey there. Thanks for sticking around to the end. I really appreciate that. I just want to thank you personally by not lobotomizing you. Have a nice day.